Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel. This is commaikEnglish. Today I want to clean my WPC BPC wooden terrace again. For this I'm going to use high pressure. I'm just going to test the whole thing today with the Karcher high pressure cleaner, the dirt blaster, the power scrubber and the patio cleaner, Terrace. If you want to know which of these devices performs best, stay tuned, it's about to start. My WPC terrace is now in its 11th year. It's about 40 square meters in size and still holds up like it did on the first day. I'm really very satisfied with the material and can wholeheartedly recommend it to everyone. Once a year, I have to get to work and clean the whole thing. Over the course of the year, and especially during the winter months, a light patina forms on the wood. I painstakingly remove this every year. In recent years, I've had some help with this using high pressure water. In this case, with my Karcher high pressure cleaner, in this video, I simply want to make a comparison between the Terrace cleaner Terrace, which you see here in front, the power scrubber and the regular dirt blaster. Which of these tools will clean my terrace the easiest, most effectively and most thoroughly? I've already cleared off my terrace and will now divide it into 3 sections to create a proper comparison. One thing up front, you don't even need to try the regular surface nozzle. With this level of dirt, it won't do anything at all. Instead, you should start with the dirt blaster. I don't have the standard version here. This is a slightly larger model. To attach it, as is typical and straightforward with Karcher products, you simply need to firmly push it into place until it clicks securely. I have now carefully and precisely marked off these 3 distinct areas on the surface and I am ready to proceed with the next step. We'll start cleaning the left section with the dirt blaster. I'll zoom in a bit to show whether it actually works. As you can see from the pattern here, the dirt blaster works quite well. The WPC decking boards are getting nice and clean overall, especially compared to the areas next to them that haven't been cleaned yet. You can really see a significant difference. However, in my opinion, a downside is that the boards have to be meticulously worked on for an extended period of time, which consequently uses an unnecessarily large and significant amount of precious water. At this precise point in time, I will now switch over to the incredibly efficient Karcher power scrubber. You can clearly see that the powerful scrubber is securely connected together with robust threaded rods, ensuring a stable and effective operation. You can unscrew these here. I could also detach the whole thing up front here. The Karcher pistol grip is simply clamped in here at the bayonet fitting and screwed tight and secured. The underside is equipped with 3 nozzles. Altogether we have 3 high pressure nozzles. These plastic brushes are not very stiff at all, but rather somewhere in the comfortable middle. I will just try it out on the neighboring board right now to see exactly how it performs and what kind of results it yields. Let's take a moment to carefully observe and see exactly how well it truly works in practice. The second board I worked on also came out nice and clean. As you can see, the moss and algae came off very well. Even compared to the spots next to it here, or over here. However, the water consumption is not any less and the amount of work is significantly higher. I also get the feeling that the power scrubber is designed for shorter people. I'm 1.85 meters tall, and if I clean the entire terrace with this power scrubber, I end up with quite a bit of back pain afterwards. This power scrubber is simply too small. Still, I don't want to completely write it off. I think especially on heavily soiled spots, these brushes can really make a difference. Even though I'm worried about pressing down too hard, since the whole thing feels rather unstable. That leaves the third one in the group, the patio cleaner. The T-Racer has two connecting rods that are screwed together. Additionally, it has a bayonet lock. In terms of length, it's quite comfortable for my 1.85 meters. You can see the underside here. Inside the T-Racer, there's a propeller with nozzles mounted at an angle here and here. The water comes out at high pressure. Because the nozzles are set at a slight angle, the whole thing rotates on its own. The bristles around the edge are a bit softer than those on the scrubber, but primarily they're not actually meant for cleaning, but rather to keep the water inside this container so that not everything splashes out. At this point, my tip, definitely wear rubber boots. The T-Race is also locked in place with a bayonet fitting. Then tighten everything at the locking mechanism. Now the T-Racer is completely ready for its intended use and operation. The third plank has now also been cleaned with the T-Racer. As you can see, the result is flawless here as well. The plank has become nice and clean. You can still see a bit of this streak pattern here. I sincerely hope you can clearly observe that in this video. Compared to the other plank, which was thoroughly cleaned with a powerful scrubber, you can undoubtedly see the impressive cleaning performance. Here's a comprehensive overview of all three meticulously cleaned planks. On the left here, you see the plank that I cleaned with the dirt blaster. In the middle is the power scrubber. And on the right is the T-Racer. Personally, I prefer the T-Racer. The dirt blaster is just too much work for me. The powerful new power scrubber delivers consistently good results, but I really have to press down quite hard. I'm worried I might just break it. The lack of length in the handle is also a key factor for my height. The scrubber is too small for me. I go with the T-Racer. It's my absolute favorite in this comparison. With the T-Racer, I can clean my entire patio easily and comfortably. I simply push this disc in front of me, always offset, by half a plank from left to right and back again. Bit by bit, I achieve a very good cleaning result. To make the job easier for myself and to get an even better result, I pre-soak my WPC patio with a special cleaning agent. Karcher also offers the right product for this. This spray attachment. The container can be easily removed and filled with a special WPC cleaning fluid. Afterwards, it is reinserted and the whole thing is then attached to the gun with the bayonet lock. With the Karcher, the solution can then be applied. Of course, I'll put the product links for the items I'm using here in the description. For demonstration purposes, I've just filled up my cleaning agent, this blue liquid. It is then simply sprayed onto the patio. My recommendation, apply it to the dry patio. That way the agent works better. You should also make sure not to get too close to your surrounding plants. These cleaning agents contain usually toxins, algaecides and similar substances. I'm not sure if the plants around the patio can tolerate that. After a short exposure time, I can now use the T-Racer to thoroughly clean the WPC decking boards. To give them a final clean, I've now cleaned almost half of my patio. As you can see, it turned out really well. Here's the difference again. On the right, uncleaned, and on the left, cleaned. All of this was done with the Terracer, as you see it here. I can really recommend it, but I have two small thoughts. First, it would be really nice if Karcher could consider adding a locking switch up here. I mean a button for continuous operation. Because after a few hours of work, my hand is about to fall off. That's why I fixed the switch with a Velcro strap. This way, the Karcher high pressure cleaner runs in continuous operation. It would also be nice if these high pressure hoses could eventually be designed so that they don't constantly coil up and twist on their own. I get caught everywhere, no matter how I unbind them. I hope I was able to give you a good overview of how you can quickly, effectively and effortlessly clean your wood WPC and BPC patios. On the one hand, with the dirt blaster for the edges or for heavy dirt. The power scrubber is great for those who are a bit shorter than I am and aren't afraid of breaking the scrubber. My absolute recommendation goes to the Terracer. Thank you for watching, and I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos.